What's going on, everybody? It's Dan here, back with another Moonshine talking. How you doing? Hope everyone's having a good one. I'm doing all right. I can't complain. It's later in the evening for me. I got done doing my physical therapy today, and that kicked my ass. But then I went home, did my workout, so now I'm just chilling out, getting ready to eat something a little bit here. But you didn't come here to hear all that. The reason I'm here today, I'm actually quite excited for this one, is we got a new release last week from Dax Riggs. Dax, if you're familiar with, is the vocalist for the band Acid Bath. Acid Bath are a very legendary Louisiana sludge metal band. Only put out two releases. They're both phenomenal, both legendary. Pagan Terrorism Tactics and When the Kite String Pops are very influential. They're very essential if you're into sludge and doom metal. The Acid Bath were kind of like a hybrid. They're picking up a lot of momentum and a lot of press right now because for the first time in since the late '90s, they're getting back together. At least three of the members: Dax, Sammy Duet from Goatwhore and Crowbar, I Hate God, and Mike Sanchez. They're all getting together with Zach, who plays drums with Goatwhore, and crap damn hell fart. I can't think of the bass player's name off the top of my head. Uh, but anyhow, I'll just trudge along here. But they're getting back together. They're going to be doing a bunch of festival dates. They're doing some one-offs on their own. They're doing a couple shows in Louisiana that have sold out already, and hopefully they'll do a few more throughout the course of the year and throughout the extent of the country, potentially world, and people get to see Acid Bath. So that's pretty cool. I think I don't know which festival they're playing, but I don't think any of them are coming here. They might be doing Rockville, but that's in Daytona. And most of that show, honestly, it sucks. It's like all very saccharine pop, mainstream garbage. And as much as I love Acid Bath, I wouldn't want to pay just to go see them and maybe one or two other bands. But anyhow, so yeah, quick story. I went on Bandcamp and no, actually, I'm getting my dates and everything screwed up. So I was on Pandora one day. I was out on Monday. I was getting ready to do all my work related stuff. Go take the store van out. The van doesn't have anything to play music in there, so I bring along my little Bluetooth speaker on my phone. Got my Pandora app. Throw that on, log in, and the first thing that pops up on the home screen is new music by Dax Riggs. And I was like, oh shit, hell yeah. So I pop that on, streams the entire album. And I was like, all right, awesome. Bet I'll go, go look to see. I went and did a little research, saw where I could get it. It was on Bandcamp, picked it up, bada bing, bada boom. They also gave me a digital album. And yeah, it's great. I mean, it's called Seven Songs for Spiders. Kind of give you the brief rundown of the album itself. Was obviously seven songs. It's about a little under, clocks in a little under 35 minutes long. It's Dax on vocals. He does guitar and synth. It's Lucas Broussard. He does guitar and synth as well. He and Dax also they mixed the album. It was recorded at the Building in Louisiana, and it was mastered by Bruce Barriel. On bass is Kane Cormier, and Scott Dominique does drums, or he's noted as percussion, and that's what he does. I tried to look for pictures, images of both Kane and Scott. I couldn't find any, and I don't exactly know what they look for or they look like, excuse me. And when I typed in Kane Cormier, first things I got were Kane the wrestler and Daniel Cormier the UFC fighter. So I was like, oh, okay, this is doing me no good. And even when I initially looked for Lucas Broussard's stuff, first thing that came up was a figure skater. And then I went and I typed in guitarist, and sure enough, that's his image popped up. He also has a studio called Ravis Studios in Louisiana. So it's pretty cool. Just a couple little factoids for you. Now, if this is the 15 years since Dax put out an album. He did "Say Goodnight to the World" in 20 10? Yeah, 2010. I had to do the math in my head, but I looked down at my notes anyway. Go figure. It's the getting hit in the head too many times, kids. So anyhow, Dax's stuff, his solo stuff, is unlike anything that you would be familiar with Acid Bath. It's not like it's not sludge metal. It's not even metal. It's if you have or had an appreciation for goth mixed with like 70s glam rock and blues. I know there are a lot of the like the press clippings and stuff like that, press releases. A lot there's lots of suggestions of world music and stuff like that. I would say it's more like if you were to take all that stuff, the goth and the blues and the 70s glam rock, and kind of package it in like a street performer package, then that's probably what you would get with Dax's band. It's very good. It's I know some people would say experimental. I don't consider it experimental. I would say more, and I'd even probably throw in like folk rock. That sort of stuff is probably also a good category to if you're going to categorize it, lump it into. It's probably a lot more similar to Dax's work with Agents of Oblivion, which is what he did after he left Acid Bath, after Acid Bath broke up. Him and Mike Sanchez did that. They had a very killer album out. As a matter of fact, what's his name? The Metal and Beer Snob, Logan, I think his name is. They Heavy Metallurgy. Cool guys, cool channel. Go check it out. It's good stuff. They were doing a discussion last night on Wednesday nights. They do a discussion thing with Marty, Logan, this guy Kellen, Killing for Company, and the the silver haired fella. I think Jim, I want to say his name is, but don't quote me on that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he's also got very good taste. Likes a lot of the same stuff I do, like Trouble, a lot of Doom and stuff like that. Some death metal stuff he's into. It's stuff that's right up my alley. But anyhow, they were doing a discussion. Point being, good stuff, great channels, great guys with good taste. Go check them out. But he was talking about how this album came out, and I started listening to because they were doing a discussion about Slaughter, the Strapato album, and as soon as I heard him talk about, they do like a what they've been spinning, that sort of thing, and that's what he pulled up and he started talking about it. I was like, no, and I clicked off of it real quick because I didn't want my opinions or my review to be tainted or biased or sullied by hearing somebody else talking about it. So anyhow, long story short, that was kind of where I was going with that. But he got talking about it. The one thing I did hear was he compared it to Agents of Oblivion. I would agree. This is definitely in that realm, and it's again not metal. So if you're expecting metal, I would you probably tuned out at this point. You might have even tuned out the minute I said 70s glam rock. But man, this is good. Uh, the band, they did a stellar job on it, but I would have to say that really this really showcases Dax's vocals. He's a phenomenal singer. His stuff in Acid Bath is great. I love all the dark growling stuff. The stuff that he did with Sammy was the good counterbalance between his singing and Sammy's growls are phenomenal. He's got a great screaming vocals as well. Just to me legendary. I mean, again, Acid Bath. I grew up on that. That was like my go-tos from when I was a kid till now. That's great stuff. To me, it's essential. That stuff. If you ever ask me what I think is essential stuff, what should be in somebody's collection, that would be something that I would say should be in someone's collection. I know they're getting a lot of buzz right now, and apparently, according to Sammy, because of from some freaking OnlyFans, you know, thoughts, let's just say, a lot of them are picking up on it. It's probably TikTok and all that sort of stuff. But speaking from someone who's like an OG fan, yeah, that's just great stuff. But anyhow, I'm kind of babbling here for a quick moment. But yeah, his voice it's soulful, it's expressive, it's sad at times, it's melancholy, but it's not depressive. It's it's got that morose tone to it, but it doesn't make you want to draw a warm bath and light your freaking black patchouli candles and sharpen the closest blade you have and just go look for Sharon or something like that. You know, it's nothing like that, but it's just it's very good. That's where I would say it's kind of the goth element of it. But yeah, these are it's just this is a very good album. Stuff that I could point out as far as like standout tracks to me, I would say probably one of the first singles, Deceiver.
Desert smile and lie. There ain't no tomorrow on a prison telephone. She said, maybe I'm a demon, but you just don't see me. And I said, maybe you know Jesus, but I just can't believe it. I laid in the coffin and I closed the lid. I don't know where I am, and the darkness began. I laid it in the coffin and closed the lid. I don't know why I do what I do, but I did. I just don't know where I am.
That's a killer album. That's a killer one. Almost said album, didn't say song. But and then probably Blues for You Know Who.
What a night to go, so I sang these blues for you know who. Bless that goes there upon the gate. Meet me down again at the Mardi Gras, singing these blues for you know who. Singing these blues for you know who. Blues for you know who. You and I sat before the queen of the nuclei. Oh, snake
That's another. That one's fantastic. I mean, the whole album is really good. It's like I would say if I were to draw a comparison to anybody, like an artist that comes to mind immediately, one of the first things I thought of was David Bowie. Like that's he's got a very similar style of a lot of similar vocal phrasings, and it's just that's what it sounds like to me. The very first thing I thought of was 70s glam rock like David Bowie. Probably like even like a friggin' like Mott the Hoople or something like that. And then you kind of combine that with goth stuff. Couldn't really draw comparisons. I was kind of thinking in my head, like, does this sound like The Cure and Robert Smith? But it really doesn't. So that wasn't a good comparison. Wouldn't necessarily say like Sisters of Mercy or something like that. But people who are fans of that sort of thing would probably enjoy this a lot. And again, if you're a fan of like folk rock, I wouldn't go so far as to say Bob Dylan because that nasally indecipherable that's not exactly what's going on here, but yeah, this is a fantastic release. I was surprised. I didn't know Dax was putting anything out aside from doing any of the acid bath stuff, and this was a welcome surprise. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I snatched it up as soon as I could. I I had it in my cart at band camp, and then as another side story. This is completely unrelated, but I'll just tell it anyway. So I'm looking for some new releases. Actually, I'm going to do another review this week for one of the bands I was talking about in my previous review for Necromaniac, and I was able to stream their stuff online. All three of the bands I mentioned, and one of which I was so excited about, I did a review on it, and I'm now in the process of trying to find how to get that stuff physically. Uh, but one of the things I was looking for also that I just wanted to get my hands on was Tyrax's new album because they got a new one coming out next month. And originally I was going to go through the label itself, and I'll probably tell the story again in the future. But Dementia Records, which is in the Czech Republic. So I put the thing in the cart, went to pay for it, saw the shipping. Shipping was as much as the album. So I was like, I'm not doing that. So as dumb luck would have it, I was online, watched one of the videos. In the video description, actually showed a couple of the other distributors of the album, and it turns out that there's a Armageddon Lore, I think is the name of it. It's in Rhode Island. They had a band camp. I was able to get it here domestically, so that's what I did. And I just so happened to have the Dax Riggs one in my cart, and I said, "All right, I'm going to get this while I'm at it." So that's the story behind that. I was kind of hoping you all were going to hear my shoulder pop, but it didn't pop that time. But anyhow, so yeah, man, this is great. I mean, if you like a little bit of a diversion from the metal sometimes, and you want something that's a little bit on the softer side, maybe a little bit more on just the melodic, and it's not necessarily, I'd almost say like this is like friggin' booty music. Like this is stuff you can play when you're with the misses and the lights are down or anything like that. That's the sort of thing that this is the type of mood music I would play, but that's just me. But yeah, this is great. I mean, I again highly recommend it. This month is turning out to be killer for releases. I mean, it started out a little bit on the slow side, but this last week and the week before, there's really some great stuff coming out. But yeah, that's that. Dax Riggs, 7 songs for spiders. Check it out. Go check it out on Bandcamp. Pick it up if you like it. If you're a fan of Acid Bath, I think it's good as far as from a collector standpoint. If you like getting stuff from all the to kind of go along with that, it's phenomenal. But if you're a fan of Dax as a musician and as a solo artist, this does not disappoint. It's great. It lines up there with all the other stuff that he's done in the past. Again, just a phenomenal voice, and he's a very soulful, expressive singer, and it comes across here. The rest of the band, Luke, Kane, and Scott, all did a fantastic job backing him up on this one. And yeah, it's a killer release. I would highly recommend it once again. Definitely, they get the horns of approval on that one. It was good stuff. So in conclusion, yeah, that's my review of Dax Riggs' new album. Go check it out. I would normally tell you what label put it out. I don't know what label put it out. I didn't actually do strong enough research to tell you that, but I'm sure you can figure it out. The internet's a very easy thing to navigate. But yeah, man. So that's what I got for you. As always, stay sick, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Don't forget to breathe. Everyone have a good one. I will catch you on the next video. Got another one coming up this weekend. I'm going to try to put that together for everybody, and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy this one. Hopefully you enjoy any of the other stuff that I do. And within the upcoming week or so, I might actually have a special one that I'll be doing pretty soon here. And by the by, I will say that I did reach out to the one person who, because pretty much we're at the point the deadline's over for the giveaway contest. So I reached out to the one guy that actually did respond. Hopefully, get a response from him. Ship the package out to him. Get it out to him. And then it's a music fan. I want to say 6160 or something like that. I got the numbers mixed up, but that's who won. He asked for he could get the hippie death cult package, so that's what I did. So I got that ready to go. Just got to get an address from him. So if you see this, hit me up. I shot you an email. I saw your contact info on your YouTube channel page. So I hit you up there. So if you see any like kind of odd ones that you're not familiar with. I also put the subject, it's Moonshine. So anyhow, so that's that. I'm just babbling at this point, but yeah, man, everybody take it easy. Have a good one once again, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.